Your stepbrother needs it more, my father said, transferring $150,000 from my deceased mother to his new son. I smiled and pulled out my briefcase. He had no idea what I was going to do next. The conference room at Hartley and Associates smelled like leather and old money. The kind of place where family fortunes were divided and dynasties destroyed. I sat across from my father, briefcase at my side, watching him squirm in his Italian suit. The one he bought last week with money that should have been mine. Your stepbrother needs it more, he said, sliding the transfer documents across the mahogany table. Tyler's medical school won't pay for itself. You understand, Natalie. You always with a practical one. I smiled, the kind of smile I perfected during 3 years at Colia Law. Sharp enough to draw blood, sweet enough to deny intent. Of course, Dad, I understand perfectly. He relaxed, mistaking my calm for compliance. Behind him, my stepmother, Margaret, clutched her Hermes bag, trying to hide her smirk. Tyler, the golden stepson, didn't even bother showing up. Why would he? The money was already in his account, transferred 2 days after my mother's will was read. $150,000. The sum total of my mother's life insurance, her savings, her everything meant for me, her only child. The daughter who'd held her hand through chemo, who'd slept in hospital chairs, who promised her I'd use it to pay off my law school loans and start fresh. I need you to sign here, Dad continued, pointing to a line on the document, just confirming you received notice of the transfer. Margaret's lawyer drew it up. Margaret's lawyer. Not our family lawyer who'd known Mom since college. Not even a neutral third party. Margaret's lawyer. I pulled out my blank pen. A graduation gift from Mom. Inscribed with justice is truth in action. She'd been so proud when I passed the bar. Dad hadn't attended the ceremony. Before I sign, I said, uncapping the pen slowly. I have a few questions. Dad sighed. Natalie, don't make this difficult. You have a good job now. Tyler's just starting out. A good job, I repeated. Yes, I do. Senior associate at Walker, Brennan, and King Estate Law Division. Something flickered in Margaret's eyes. Dad remained oblivious. Then you understand why this makes sense, he said. You're established. Tyler needs to explain why he's been depositing checks from Mom's account for the past 6 months. Silence. I opened my briefcase, pulling out a manila folder thick with bank statements, medical records, and legal documents. 3 months of investigation compiled between billable hours and sleepless nights. That's impossible, Margaret said. Her voice pitched too high. Ellen's accounts were frozen after her death. Her checking account was frozen. I corrected. But not the investment account she opened in 2018. The one she never told Dad about, the one that required 2 signatures for withdrawal. Hers and mine. I spread the statements across the table. Each one showed the same thing. Monthly withdrawals of $5,000 transferred to an account in Tyler's name. The signatures were clumsy forgeries of my mother's handwriting, but good enough to fool a busy bank teller. 6 months of withdrawals, I continued. $30,000. Starting coincidentally, the week Mom entered hospice and became too weak to monitor her accounts. Dad's face went white.